We all know about the 5 great villages in Naruto, the big fish of the ninja world. But what about the other villages? Throughout the story of Naruto, we're only given bits and pieces of information about the smaller villages. Some have been devastated while others seem to be thriving. Not a lot is known about these villages, as some only appear or are talked about for a single panel in the manga, and are never mentioned again. But we do get some information in supplementary material, so I'll be going through each minor village, explaining their history, as well as a few more key details about them. Let's start with the Waterfall Village, a place best remembered for being the only village not a part of the 5 great nations to have a tailed beast. It is also the village Kakuzu comes from. And he was severely punished to the point of making him go rogue for failing a mission to kill Hashirama. The Waterfall village can be assumed to have been a fairly powerful minor nation, not only for trying to kill Hashirama, but for Hashirama to take notice of them and give them a tailed beast. Almost forgot to mention, the jutsu Kakuzu used to functionally become immortal, he stole from the Waterfall village. The Waterfall village has a lot of potential history that would have been very interesting to see more of. It's said to have never been successfully invaded, which is extremely impressive considering its neighbors. But I don't imagine we'll get any more information about this village. It completely slid into obscurity the minute they lost their tailed beast and after the events of Shippuden. Next, we have a village that decided to turn itself into a spa resort. Weird, but we have the Hot Water Village, the most pacifist village by far. The village gets its name from, you guessed it, all the hot springs it has. As such, the leader of the village decided to profit off of this, and so it became a tourist location. The decision is also the only reason the village still exists. The village is pretty weak, their most notable and likely most powerful ninja in their history being Hidan, Haiden. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce his name, but you know the guy, the Katsuki guy. He's still an S-rank immortal ninja and all, but if he's the best they can do, then becoming a vacation spot was probably a good choice. The Hot Water Village doesn't even qualify as a ninja village anymore. Hidan, of course, defected from them because he's a cultist who uses ritual sacrifices for Jashin. So a pacifist village must feel like actual hell to him. Next, we have the Hidden Frost Village. This is the village we know the least about. But the daimyo for the country is shown, which is pretty cool. We rarely ever see any of the daimyos. The Frost Village is briefly mentioned in Itachi Shinden, Book of Dark Knight, as they were in the process of signing an alliance with the Leaf Village, but ended up killing 4 Leaf ninjas. So Kakashi, Itachi, Yamato, and Yoji Aburame killed the 10 Frost ninjas involved in the betrayal. The Frost Village is overall a weak village, which no shinobi of note comes from. Moving on from the Frost Village, we have the Sound Village, which opens up a lot of questions about how villages are created in Naruto. Obviously, we know how the 5 great villages were created, but how did the smaller ones get created? Because Orochimaru defected from the Leaf Village shortly after the Third Ninja War, and he still managed to create a village. I feel like there's a story arc. You know how Kisame killed a daimyo? I feel like Orochimaru manipulated a daimyo, which would have been nice to see, but I digress. The Sound Village isn't really a village. It's more of Orochimaru's personal science project. Founded after he defected from the Leaf, the Sound Village's purpose was simple: provide Orochimaru with soldiers, test subjects, and a safe base to conduct his experiments. Its shinobi include the Sound 4, Kimimaru, Kabuto, as well as hundreds of ninjas Orochimaru is holding prisoner or has convinced to join his village. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, Kabuto took over the Sound Village and used its resources for his own operations, including making himself a dragon sage and creating a massive Edo Tensei army. After the war, Orochimaru reclaimed his village, but under less evil pretenses. Without Orochimaru pushing for more power and control, the Sound ended up becoming a research facility with secret labs scattered across the place, no longer functioning as a true ninja village. The Grass Village was mentioned during the Chunin exams. Throughout the rest of the series, it's given limited appearances, but it's stated to be filled with giant mushrooms, forests, lush land, bamboo, and deep ravines. It's also home to the Blood Prison. Whether it's the same Blood Prison from the movie is unknown. During the Third Ninja War, the Stone Village invaded and quite easily took over the village, using it as a front for their battle with the Leaf Village. At some point, Orochimaru would build a hideout in the same country as the Grass Village. After the Fourth Great Ninja War, the Grass Village is likely one of the unnamed villages to join the Shinobi Union. Okay, now I'll be talking about the Rain Village. This is, in my humble opinion, the only village that had the potential to become a sixth great village. If Hanzo and the Akatsuki had joined forces, and Hanzo didn't listen to Danzo of all people, the Rain Village would have been a force to be reckoned with. But that's a story for another day. The village has been a war zone for decades. In the Second War, it was caught between a war of three great nations, only surviving because of Hanzo of the Salamander, one of the most feared ninjas in history. Later on, Pain would take over the village after killing Hanzo. Under his rule, the Rain Village would become a police state closed off from outsiders. Nagato would eventually go on to effectively commit suicide to help the Leaf Village. To be fair, he just finished destroying the Leaf Village and killing a bunch of people. But let's not forget, the Leaf Village has, one, invaded the Rain Village before. Two, is the reason the Rain Village is in political chaos. Without Donzo, again, they would have potentially become the sixth great village. And three, members of the Leaf Village killed his parents. So I feel like he was justified in attacking the Leaf Village, but I get it. Naruto is very convincing. But after Nagato's death, Konan would become leader of the Rain Village. This would be very brief because she would get assassinated by Obito. And after this, the Rain Village was doomed. They completely fell into disarray. And years after the Fourth Great Ninja War, the village is abandoned and falling apart, being used by Karma and Boruto as their base of operation. Kind of sucks what happened to the Rain Village. I'm sure a lot of you have the Rain Village as your favorite village, maybe after the Cloud Village or the Leaf Village. But moving on from that, now I'm going to be talking about novel villages, or let me say villages from the novels. I know many people haven't read the novels, which is fine. I've taken that time for you. So please, if you're standing, sit down. And if you're seated, buckle up. Because these villages range from whatever to damn, that sounds like fan fiction. No wonder we didn't see this in the main story. So here we go. The first novel village is the Hidden Rock Village, not to be confused with the Hidden Stone Village. The Hidden Rock Village was mentioned in Gaara Hidden. It said terrorists with interesting Kekai Genkai come from this village. Kankuro captured a rogue ninja from this village who had Magnet Release, which is Gaara's Kekai Genkai. But moving on from that, the next village I got for you is the Curtain Village. It's not as boring as it sounds, I promise. Found in the Land of Silence, this is the most lawless village of them all, having a thriving black market, being extremely poor to the point its ninjas sell their headbands. This place is home to a bunch of rogue ninjas. If you ever wondered, wait a minute, what happens to all the non-S rank ninjas that aren't cut out for the Akatsuki, cannot fend for themselves against their own villages? Like, what happens to those guys? Well, they end up in the Curtain Village. A lot of these ninjas in the Curtain Village are infamous enough to be in the Leaf Village's bingo book. Next is Shangri-La. That's the actual village's name, by the way. It's very similar to the Curtain Village. This village is small and it's home to ninjas who have bounties, but they don't want to be chased around. It's built in a cave on the side of a mountain, and it's also hidden by a smell-based genjutsu. Everyone in this village uses the transformation jutsu to hide their real identities, and there's few enough people there that everybody basically knows everybody's like fake identity. So whenever a new person comes, they immediately pick up on it. They all ended up getting killed by Hiran, Kakazu, and someone who was fascinated by Jashinism. Hidan and Kakazu ended up collecting all their bounties, so the village does not exist anymore. Next up is the Howling Wolf Village. This is a village renowned for its medicine as well as water-activated powerful explosives. It gets its name from a powerful monster wolf that used to terrorize the village but was eventually sealed away. The last village from the novels I'll be mentioning, and this one ends on a bang, is the Ceramic Village. As the name suggests, this is a village that makes ceramic objects. The Ceramic Village is also the first and only village we ever get mention of that shares a nation with another village. In this case, it's in the Land of Wind, so it shares its nation with the Sand Village. unlike the sand village, this village is actually surrounded by forests and stuff. It's a lush village in the land of wind. The main reason we never hear about it in the main story is because Deidara and Sasori paid this village a visit. They make art stuff, pottery and ceramic stuff. So Deidara, seeing that there was artists in the village, decided to use C4 to disintegrate the village, killing all of them. You see, the problem was the members of the village took pride in their artistry. They made ceramic stuff. Making ceramic things is pretty hard. I've made one or two. It's not easy. So he had to remind them that art is an explosion. So that's it for all the villages. But wait. I have a bonus village for you. This one is iffy if it's a village or not. That is the hidden Eddy village. We are never told whether this is a village or a nation, but I'll count it as a village. This place was home to the Uzumaki clan. It was eventually destroyed by the time of the main story because some of the great nations viewed the Uzumaki clan as far too dangerous to keep around. So they teamed up and wiped them out. A few survived, but they got scattered all over the place. But due to the close relationship between the Leaf and the Eddy village, the Uzumaki clan crest can be seen on the Leaf village flag jacket. I'm sure the Eddy village would have preferred the Leaf village help them when they got jumped by like 3 different nations, but hey, which other clan can say they have their symbol on the Leaf village flag jacket? Nobody. That's right. So yeah, Eddy village, super cool. But that's all from me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and have a lovely rest of your day.